It all started with this group of Russian reconnaissance troops. APCs and tanks were ordered to carry out a probing attack. The APC breaks through. It's right here. The tank isn't so lucky. It hits a mine and explodes. The crew abandons the damaged vehicle. The APCs slowly back up, not knowing what to do next. The column is paralyzed. Flames engulf the tank, and artillery strikes the APC near the tree line. Part of the column tries to retreat. They turn onto another road and hit more mines. The recon group is destroyed. And this is just one part of the story. Subscribe because we're just getting started. A Ukrainian recon drone spots a large column of Russian vehicles. Coordinates are sent to the nearest artillery battery, and fire is initiated. Here, cluster munitions are used. These prove very effective. One of the enemy tanks is hit. A Bradley, along with an assault team, arrives at the positions under Russian attack. The infantry dismount and head to assist. The Bradley covers them with suppressing fire. Most of the enemy forces are already near the defensive line. Here, we see that instead of using mine-clearing tanks, the Russians begin using APCs to clear the path, which does not end very well for them. The mines slow down the Russian advance and give Ukrainian artillery time to strike. The Bradley also supports the defense, having brought in reinforcements. The enemy fires an RPG at the Bradley, but it has no effect. The vehicle stays mobile. It continues to do its job. A recon drone detects another enemy column approaching from a different flank. One Russian soldier spots the drone and opens fire. Watch how the Russian tanks weave. They're trying to complicate their movement to confuse the Ukrainians. But in order to take these positions, they'll have to get through more tree lines and minefields. The first tank is stopped. A second tank tries again and fails. Artillery immediately targets the stalled armor. The resilience of the Ukrainian forces in this video definitely deserves your like. At this point, dozens of Ukrainian FPV drones are already in the sky. A large Russian column, having crossed the minefields, reaches the final stretch. They use smoke screens and various tricks to keep moving. In this section, Russian tanks and APCs are vulnerable. The Ukrainian infantry, still active, fires anti-tank guided missiles. A tank clears the road of the mines. This hit may turn out to be decisive in the battle. These are the first Ukrainian positions. An APC previously hit by an ATGM blocks the road, making it easier for Ukrainian artillery to strike. One Russian APC tries to maneuver around the obstacle and hits a mine. Russian vehicles are under constant heavy fire. In panic, another APC tries to push forward. There's no way through. Part of the column turns back and retreats. The stalled APCs explode. The Russian forces regroup. They prepare a flanking push. The second wave begins. One APC hits a mine. A tank tries to go around it and also explodes. Only 2 targets remain on the field. The last Russian breakthrough attempt must be stopped. An APC charges ahead instead of retreating. It misses the minefield and hits it head-on. Leopard tanks are actively supporting the defense. They've been striking Russian vehicles since the beginning of the assault. The Russian commanders throw their remaining reserves into the fight, but it all ends once they reach the minefield. That's the end of this Russian assault. Russia used 2 brigades and over 100 vehicles and failed to reach its objectives. The result? Dozens of destroyed tanks and APCs. Let's take a look at several more Russian assaults. Tanks leave the staging area. Their mission is to break through one of the flanks. It all begins with shelling of the target sector. Part of the column, under cover, is already at the forward line. Now they're in the open. A tank, an MTLB loaded with ammo, and 2 APCs. A smoke screen is deployed. A shell hits the tank from above? What was that? The Ukrainians use a Javelin to stop the assault. The crew reacts instantly and runs to the MTLB. But moments later, it takes a hit to the side. This looks to be the work of a Ukrainian tank firing arc shots from behind cover, guided by a drone. The advance is halted. The Ukrainian artillery uses cluster munitions. A bomb-dropping drone releases explosives, and an FPV drone hits the tank. The MTLB bursts into flames. A powerful explosion. Another drone drops more explosives, and the tank's smoke canisters detonate. The assault is over. This assault was doomed from the beginning. The enemy loses its first APC before the fighting even begins. Then, a tank hits a mine and explodes. But the order is no retreat. And so they push forward into the open. After taking return from the Ukrainian forces, they turn back. The previously disabled tank is now in flames. Taking another route, a Russian tank drives into a mined tree line. An APC makes the same mistake. FPV drones strike the immobilized APC, and the tank is consumed by fire. One more breakthrough attempt. This time, 3 APCs push forward. A drone dives into the second one. A direct hit. The lead APC charges ahead and hits a mine. At first, it's covered in smoke, but then it bursts into flames. Now, it's the rear vehicle's turn. A direct hit. Another one. The APC is destroyed. The assault has failed. Here is how the Azov unit responds after spotting an enemy column. The Russians send 2 APCs ahead to scout. Their goal is to reach the village and dig in. They're already on the outskirts. Drones take over. After the FPV drone strikes, a bomb-dropping drone follows up. One APC is stopped. The other pushes forward. Here is the first APC, now set on fire. The second one reaches the village, but it can't get past the mine barrier. A Ukrainian tank moves out. Drones continue their attacks. The APC enters the tank's kill zone. The Russian APC detonates. This breakthrough is stopped right at the village. A drone drops explosives and scores a direct hit. The second APC hits a mine. A strike drone with incredible precision hits the tank. The assault fails. This Russian tank leads the next wave. The full column includes 2 tanks and 3 APCs. Ukrainian troops are ready for the assault. Here is the first result. The column comes to a halt. One APC reverses onto a minefield. Another is struck by an FPV drone. The Russians decide to retreat and hit even more mines. The enemy is confused and doesn't know what to do. One APC takes a wide turn, trying to escape the trap. It utterly fails. It all starts to look like a scrapyard of destroyed Russian armor. The assault is a complete and total failure. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.